Hey guys, how's it going? I know it's pretty late to do a live feed right now, but I've been teaching yoga all evening and I didn't have time to do one before this, and I really wanted to do a live feed today to help you guys out that are in sales. Okay? Now, it doesn't matter what you're selling. Doesn't matter if you're selling a product. Doesn't matter if you're selling a service. Doesn't matter if you're selling an opportunity. What I'm about to share with you guys works for everything. So what I want to talk about tonight is how to deal with when a customer tells you, I want to think about it, or I'm going to think about it, right? Because for most salespeople, that's where they kind of draw the blinds and they get freaked out and they just go, oh, okay, cool. You want to think about it? Cool. Well, then maybe let's follow up another day and go from there. However, I know from personal experience and I know from the studies that I've done when I was in business school that generally when a client or a customer says, I'm going to think about it, they don't usually come back and they don't usually buy, because within 24 hours of someone hearing information coming from you, in 24 hours, they're going to forget 75% of that information. And then after 30 days, they're going to forget about 90% of that information. So people don't really remember as much as you think they remember about the interaction that they're having with you. So let's get to it. When a client tells you, or when a customer says, I'll have to think about it, instead of letting them walk away and trying to do a follow-up at that point, look at them and just go, okay, I totally understand that. What I have found, though, is that people, when they say, I have to think about it, it's generally because of two different reasons. I suggest you write these down. Reason number one, they're either going to say that because they're actually not interested and they're trying to be nice, or number two, they're interested but they're not sure. Okay? So that's what you say to them. I'm going to repeat that. This is how you make it flow nicely. Oh, okay, Mr. Customer, I see that. But from my personal experience, I find that when people say, I'll have to think about it, it's generally because they're either not interested or they're interested but they're not sure. Which one is that for you? And then you've got them. At that point, they're going to tell you whether they're just not interested in your product, service, or opportunity, or if they're interested and they're not sure. So that's the time that you can get to dig deep. Now, if they say they're not interested, cool, you're done. Okay, that your job is done. They're not interested. Cool, let them go. It's great. And that means on to the next one, right? But if they say I'm interested and not sure, this is what you say back. You go, oh, okay, well, Mr. Customer, when someone tells me that they're interested and not sure, usually it has to do with three different things. Those three different things are, one, it just doesn't meet your needs right. It's just not a good fit. Number two, maybe you don't see the functionality or you don't see how you can apply this product, service, or opportunity to your life. Or number three, it's a financing thing. Okay, so which one of these three is it for you? And if it doesn't meet their needs, they're going to tell you, so you guys can have a conversation there and see how you can bridge the gap to meet the needs. If they say that it's not functional for them, you can ask them why it's not functional, why you think it's not going to work for them, what other type of features would your product need to have in order for it to make sense to them, etc., right? And then if they say that it's finance, which most of the time that's what it is. If a customer likes you and you've built rapport, if they're not interested, it's generally a financing thing, right? So if it's finance, that opens a conversation to, okay, well, how can we finance this? If you're selling a product, if you're selling, for example, a car, how can you finance a car? How can you finance the appliance? If you're selling an opportunity, right? How can you get into the opportunity at the least price level, right? There are so many different things that this opens up the conversation for, but now you're in this conversation with your prospective customer instead of just letting them go, walk away from you, and then never make the sale. So hopefully that helps. Let's do a quick little summary here for all of you guys that are still paying attention. And again, I suggest you write this down because it's been very, very helpful for me, and it's probably going to be very helpful for you. When a customer says, I need to think about it, you say, okay then, Mr. Customer, I totally understand, but generally, from my experience, it's been that when people say, I have to think about it, it's because either they're not interested or they're interested but they're not sure. Which one is it? If they say interested, but not sure, then you go, oh, okay, well, usually when a customer says they're interested and they're not sure, it's because of these 3 different reasons. It's either that it's not a good fit, it's either that they don't see the functionality, or it's either that the financing just isn't there, there's an issue maybe with money. Which one is it? And then again, they're forced to tell you. Now, you can start having a discussion with your prospect from each one of those 3 categories, and it is a great way to bridge the gap between where you are now and the close. Okay? So that's my tip for you guys tonight. I honestly think this is one of the most powerful tips in sales. Don't let people walk away from you when they say, I have to think about it. Okay? Get them there. Hang out with them. Figure out what else is going on, and just try to get to the bottom of it before you see them walk away from you. Okay? Thank you for watching. Have an awesome rest of your night. If you guys have any questions, concerns, anything you want answered, any type of connection that you want to make with me to learn more, by all means, shoot me a text, shoot me a message, leave me a comment, drop me a line. I'm always happy to help you out. That's what I do. Okay? Ciao. Bye. Oh, you're welcome, Asia.